Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for the monthly card readings for each sign. If you enjoy these free readings, you can show your support by donating or purchasing some of my many wares. If you can't afford to purchase anything, you can still show your support by subscribing, thumbs-upping, sharing, or take a second to click on one of the ads. Thank you in advance for your continued support, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Now on to the reading. Hello Scorpio, welcome to the February 2016 Taroscope with Animal Totem. I'm going to do your, this date, I'm going to have to pull these, let's see what they are. Oh, look at that. There's your first cards. I'm going to be using the, I can't think of it, Handsome Roberts deck for the tarot. And then the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards are going to be for the Animal Totem, which is my own creation, and the tarot book here, Tarot in the Modern World, is also my own creation. If you're interested in any of that, look up here in the corner, in that eye, and you can find out how to order some of that stuff. Oh, here we go. What is in store for Scorpio in February 2016? Scorpio, February 2016. Somebody else had that card in that same spot, I think. Anyways, let's have a looky-see here. Well, that first row just came right out, so I thought, oh, I'll just leave it. That was pretty cool. The Hermit is here, and the Hermit is wise counsel. So in some cases it could be like get a lawyer. But it's more about really stepping back and looking at things here. And you Scorpios are very intuitive on your own, so you have that ability to kind of look things over and get some illumination. The light shines with the Hermit, right? Get some illumination, and he sees the truth. You know, sometimes we get so caught up in our everyday life. It's hard to step back and really look at it objectively. Like, take an objective look at what's going on here. And you know that he goes kind of this way, which I would consider the path. Like, I always like a look at what the Hermit's looking at. Like if he were over here, I would say, well, take a look at your career. But he's looking at the past. So I think for some of you, it's like, you know, take a look at that your past and get an objective look at it. Because if you don't, you're doomed to repeat it. If you don't learn the lessons of the past, you're doomed to repeat it. The Six of Cups is here too, which is also a card of the past. It's childhood, children. It's reconnecting with somebody from your past, because somebody you could show up. For some of you, I feel like you need to tell, this has to do with the victim story. And stop telling that victim story. And remember some of the good times that you had in your past as a child, because there were some. And by drawing upon that, somehow by drawing upon that energy, it's going to really help you in the current time, where we're at now, right? You know, in the now, okay? It does seem like Spirit's trying to communicate with you, maybe you're not hearing it, because I use the Page of Cups almost exclusively as Spirit communication. Secondly, if any of you, this could be a child who was in spirit and that died too young. Maybe it was a childhood friend or somebody who died as a child and they're still around you, helping you. Or heaven forbid, if any of you have lost a child, it could be that. Or it could also be a child that didn't come to fruition, that either was, you know, has a miscarriage or somehow was never born, you know, at all. Well, maybe not at all, but you know what I mean. Didn't come to fruition. Let's just say that. And there's something good about it. It's not something to be shut out or shut down or blocked. It's something, there's a loving, good energy around it, and you should be embracing it. Looks like, though, your finances... By the way, I was tapping before, and I wanted to tell everybody, some people say they don't like my tapping. What it is if I'm trying to pull the energy down from the ethers, from Spirit, and into the earth, and I do that, it helps me pull it in. So I mean, I can't help it. It's the way I read. It's the way I've read for 30 years. So that's the way I read. Sorry, I can't change it, and that's part of what makes these readings authentic. Is that I'm pulling energy down from above. I'm not just sitting here reading definitions of cards from a book. Okay. Knight of Pentacles looks like you're going to be real prosperous this time of year. Looks like things are really looking up for you. It's a 9, and the Hermit is a 9 too. And earlier I was kind of trying to tie those two together in some way. So that could be some key thing. Like maybe you do need to examine your views on prosperity, or examine your views on, things that take a really good look at your finances. That could be too. But overall it really feels financially well. And I think you're going to be doing pretty good, because the Nine of Pentacles is an independent woman. She is got time to get her hair done and buy some nice clothes, and money's just flourishing all around her. Okay, so that's going to be, you'll be rocking with the money this month, it looks like. Well, I think that it means that you're going to be secure, because there are some other pitfalls regarding money here. You do have Ace of Pentacles in reverse, so that is like a new beginning in money that maybe is not getting off the ground, or something that you were hoping for that maybe you didn't get. Some of you, this could be some child support stuff, because you might have to fight for it, it's saying. Maybe you do have to get a lawyer. But it does seem like that there's some struggle. This kind of throws a wrench in the works. But overall, you're financially sound. Don't let this become the obsession and create all this drama in your life. And it does seem to be around this person, the Knight of Swords, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, or occurring in the time of Aquarius, which we will be in the time of Aquarius for the majority of this reading, this February here, until the 19th. So it could be some little disappointment. Somebody comes up a little short, or something like that, because it feels like there was some false promises made. That's what I'm getting out over here. Like there's some false promises made, or they said, "I'll have it for you," by 1st of February, and it's not there, or it could be a client, but it doesn't seem to really, it's not your only source of income. Let's just put it that way. But it's some other element of that. There could be some disappointment around that, but I'm not too focused on it, because this Nine of Pentacles is just so good. 7 of Cups is using your creative visualization to create whatever you want to create. Creating abundance, creating your life. 7 of Cups is visualize. Stay on that higher level. Stay up in this higher echelon. Don't get down in the trenches and roll around in the mud with the swine here. This guy. Well, again, if you've never seen my readings, I say guy because it's the Knight of Swords, but it could be either or. It doesn't have to be a male. It could be a woman, whoever. This is drains your energy. Got Sun in reverse, and it feels like it's a pittance compared to what's really going on here. So don't get into an argument about. Another thing about the Knight, as far as male, female, whatever, but age-wise, the Knight may be a younger person or behave as such. Often the Knights are juvenile, do stupid stuff, play stupid head games because they're in their head, and they like to always try to. It's always, it just feels like it's always a struggle to deal with this person. So is it really worth it? Do you want to spend your time, your visualization and your creative energy of your life force of the sun arguing with this person? Hell no. You want to be the Hermit. But, that's why it's saying back away from. I think it's saying back away from this. I feel for a lot of you, this is somebody that this happens all the time. And for some of you, maybe it is a younger person. Maybe it's your kid or somebody, There's stuff in here about children, too. So either your children, if you have them, or your own childhood, or stuff like that. There's some definite ties to that. Okay, so let's take a look. But overall prosperous by maintaining your energy and not letting others intrude on your energy. Because that's one thing, this guy, he has the aura about him. The light just shines, and he's above it. He's up on the mountain looking down on all this stuff. He's not jumping down there and rolling around in the mud with these people. He's not doing it. Okay? Alright, hey, if you guys are into animal totems or that nature teachings or really anything, please check out the Creative Spirit interview this month. It was my privilege and honor to interview Miss Lynn Andrews. She's such a beautiful spirit and such a great teacher, and definitely had a major impact on me, on my spiritual path, through her books and her teachings. So please check that out. If you're wanting to get a predictive reading, I'm not really doing any card readings for the time being. I'm just doing these, the soul readings with the chart there, the soul's journey reading, because it frees up my time in a different way. It's much deeper. If I was going to get a reading, I would want the soul reading rather than a card reading, you know, because it's good forever. It's about the overview of what you're doing here. What's your life about? What are you learning? It looks at your chart. It's a psychic reading, too. It's not like a book, you know, an astrological book reading at all, in any way. I use your chart as a focal point, but it's a psychic reading, okay? So anyways, what's going to be that, and of course, if you want to find out more, that top corner, you can find all my stuff, and down here in the corner, you can subscribe. But anyways, oh, I got it right here, frog, transformation. I'm going to put it up there, take a look-see. If I forget to post it in later, then look at it. There's always my intention that you look at these cards, that there's going to be messages and stuff in there, alright? So frog is rainmaker, alchemist, clairaudient. Fertility, transformation, metamorphosis. Safe passage to the netherworld. The final stages of growth you have arrived. Okay, so that's kind of like what this could be. Because like I said, I feel like this is something that you've dealt with over and over again. And the final stages of growth. Like, are you at the level of this higher level, and this level? Or are you going to go backward and get involved in this, you know, lower level stuff? The final stages of growth, you have arrived. You're not a tadpole anymore. You know, you're the full-grown frog. And after all, Scorpio, you know, your energy is transformation. That's Scorpio all the way. Safe passage to the netherworld. That's because there's a major connection with the frogs and the fairy realm. So some of you may have some of that energy around. You know, fairy energy is very childlike. You know, we got all these children showing up. We got pages and the children, and then the young people showing up all over here. The sun has a young baby child on it. You know, so there's this young, exuberant energy. And that's a cool thing, but then the flip side of the young exuberant is inexperience, naivete, childish in a bad way, you know. So I think a lot of this too can be about you capturing that happiness from your childhood and your past, but bringing it into the present tense of who you are now. You're not that little child anymore. You're an elder now. And doesn't have anything to do with your years on Earth. I'm not talking about your age, you know. I'm talking about your, you know, Scorpios are old, come in as old souls. You are. Face it. You know you are. You know, you're older soul, you're deep. You know, you've transmuted a lot of this energy. But that doesn't mean you couldn't use a little bit of sparkle, like from the childlike fairy energy. Okay? Okay. Hey, Scorpios. Thank you guys so much for everything you do for my channel, liking, donating, sharing, commenting. I read all the comments and I really appreciate everything you've done and continue to do, including donating, which makes these videos free. Okay, and you can do an ongoing donation for a small amount if you want to through PayPal. They have that option. You don't have to just do it one time, but one time is totally appreciated too. Again, up at the top you can do that info to find out all my stuff. If you want to follow me on Facebook, that link would be below this video. One of the things that I'm doing just for Facebook is every week I'm going to be drawing an animal totem card. And that's the Beast, from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle card. So that's a little extra something I'm going to do just for Facebook. Hey, don't forget to check out that Lynn Andrews interview and check out everything that she's doing anyway, because she is just such a cool lady and I'm just so blessed that I got to speak with her and so thrilled. Hey, thank you for everything you do for me. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate. Have a great February, and I'll speak to you soon.